Hi Flosstube, welcome back. My name is Dena. I am a 14 count Ada girl, and I'd like to thank all of you who have returned. We now have over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for all of my new subscribers. I'm so excited to be here with you today and every week. I am here, I post every Monday, and you get to see my wows, what I call wows. That's my whips of the week. I work on every single project that I have once a month, and so for the first like 2 weeks you get to see every single project. By about the 15th of the month, I usually have touched every single project, and anything after that is just whatever I want to stitch or whatever you want me to stitch. If there's something that you'd like to see more of, more progress on, feel free to leave me a comment below. If you want to see more of your favorite whip, let me know below. I'll be happy to work on that one. So this week I did work on 11 whips. I am now completely done with all of them for the month, with the exception of one. The Mill Hill Owl kit, I just have to do some beading on it. I haven't done any beading on it yet. Well, I've done a tiny bit of beading on it. So I will bead on it this week, and then everything has been touched for the month. So then I'm just gonna work on whatever I want. Today is June 19th. It is on Monday. And this is Flosstube number 13, lucky number 13. I hope everybody had a great weekend. We did. It has finally stopped raining here in Colorado Springs. It has rained for like the last 2 weeks we have been here, but it is supposed to brighten up and have some good weather from here on out. So I'll be here for another 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, and then I'll be up in Denver, Colorado for about a week, and then I'll just tell you my travels after that. What was I going to tell you? Okay, well, let's just get started. Let's get started here. Okay, so when I last left you, after Flosstube 12, I worked on In the Night Forest. And for those of you who are new and have not seen it, this is In the Night Forest. It is a Reolist kit. It's a very, very beautiful owl. And I am right up here in the wings. I started up here and I have worked right into the moon. I'm starting to get into the moon there a little bit. And it is a Reolist kit, done on 14 count Ada, of course. And I have gridded this myself. For those of you who grid and do parking, I do grid and I do parking as well. And that's where I am on that. Our moon is coming in nicely. And I was just trying to get in some evenness because I had it was real uneven. So I just kind of evened it out. So I'm trying to get across through here and even it out some and then start bringing it down. So that one that's just on regular white Ada that came in the kit. And it is on, how many stitches did I do on that? I'm sorry. I did 120 stitches on it. So minimum, they get 100 stitches. Put that back there. That with it. Okay, the next thing I worked on was Stitcher's Resolution. And if you don't already know, this was originally started on a 16 count Ada, which I discovered I did not care for. I am a 14 count Ada girl, and I know that now. And this is my progress on that 16 count. This is called Stitcher's Resolution by Heartstring Samplery. I didn't like stitching on the 16 count. It looks fine, it's great. I did not enjoy it. And if you're not enjoying what you're stitching, then you need to change it. And so I did. And this is what the pattern looks like. It's called Stitcher's Resolution by Heartstring Samplery. And this is what it looks like currently on a 14 count. And I didn't get that much done on this one, and I'll explain to you why. Okay. I was starting the first number 1. When in doubt, always buy more linen and thread. Well, I got to when and the I in the word in, and I lost my floss. It takes brown bear, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Just completely lost it. So this one only ended up getting 74 stitches. I have since found the floss. It has been found, so yay. That might get a little more this week. Who knows? We shall see. That was Stitch's resolution. That is just on an ivory, I believe. Yes, it's just on a regular ivory. Then we have Peaceful Tranquility. This is by Artisy cross stitch. It's called Peaceful Tranquility. The artwork is by Abraham Hunter. It's a beautiful fall scene with a barn and some horses and a farmhouse in the background. It's beautiful. I love everything fall. It's just awesome. So this is where we are on Peaceful Tranquility. She got another 100 stitches. So put in this square right here. She's starting to fill out now. She's done on a white gridded Aida. The gridded Aida I did buy from AliExpress. And the next thing I worked on was Kringles. And if you've not seen Kringles, this is what it looks like. It's by Little House Needleworks. And it's basically a shop with all the windows all decorated for Christmas. And I am starting on block 2 over here, I think. Yes, just starting block 2. This I did on a 14 count sand by Charles Craft. Just something I picked up out of Walmart. And I have put in, there's a light color there, and then this right here that holds the tree. Pot, that's the word, a pot that holds the tree, and that got 117 stitches. So that got touched for the month. And next I worked on I Am a Survivor. I am a breast cancer survivor. So I got this pattern from I'll put it in description because I can't remember right now. Oh, Sew and Grew. It's right here on my paper. Sew and Grew, G-R-E-W. It is done all in DMCs. And I did it on a white Aida. Plain white Aida. It got 100 stitches. And there we are on that. All right, that takes us to Wednesday. Wednesday, I started a new start. I did this new start because I have run out of smalls. If you notice, everything you have seen so far is a bat, which is a big, awesome project. And so I need a couple smalls. That way y'all get to see a finish every once in a while, because these probably have a couple of years on them. So this was the small I started. Where did I put it? Here it is. It is called Home of the Free, and it is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And this shouldn't take very long. It is 85 by 69. I am stitching this on a 14 count reindeer hide that I got at my LNS before I left home. My LNS is Always in Stitches in Noblesville, Indiana. And that's what I have done on that. It's a beautiful, beautiful fabric. It says it's from Fortnite Fabrics. So I don't know if you can still get that through them. I couldn't find it on their website, but maybe if you wanted it, you could probably email them about it. And that's how far we've gotten. And the next project we have is the Back to School, which is another BAP. Big, awesome project. This is done by Charting Creations, called Welcome Back to School. The artwork is by Bonnie White. And this project got 100 stitches in it as well. And the 100 stitches that got put in is this blue sky up here. I am coming down in a diagonal. So that's what we got done there. And this is the bottom down here. I was doing columns and now I'm doing diagonal. So we have the tree and we have the fencing, and now we're coming into sky, so we'll get some more tree and then we'll get into the sky. It'll come along eventually. And that is also on a gridded Ada that I got off of AliExpress. The next project is called Dreaming of Tulips by Rosewood Manor. Those of you who've been watching me know I started with Dreaming of Roses. And I wasn't caring for their pattern. I didn't like the roses on it. So I had stitched like the first part of the rose and some greenery on it. And I didn't care for it. And what do I say? When you don't like what you're stitching on, change it. Change whatever you got to change. I don't like the pattern. Change the pattern. So instead of roses, I'm doing Dreaming of Tulips. I like the tulips better, and I did already own it. And so I ripped out what I had in the other one using the exact same fabric. It's just the 14 count white. And that's what I've done on the tulips. Dreaming of Tulips. Okay, that's Dreaming of Tulips. Dreaming of Tulips also. I am doing that as a stitch along. We're doing the Dreaming of series. Some of us are doing sunflowers. Some of us are doing the Dreaming of Roses. Some are doing Dreaming of Tulips. There's many different ones that are by Rosewood. I am doing that with the group Crafts and Books on Facebook. It is run by a lady named Beth. She is also known as the Steadfast Stitcher here on Flosstube. She has the Facebook group Crafts and Books, and I will list all this in the description box below. She does Zoom on Mondays and Fridays, and if you sign up for her Facebook group, it's got all the information on the Zooms, and you can all go to her Zooms on Mondays and Fridays and check that out. And that's a lot of fun to sit around, stitch, and chat with other people who are stitching. So that's the Dreaming of Crafts. It's based, or Dreaming of Crafts. That's Dreaming of Tulips. And that's just a little style that we're all doing as a group. And then we have Beachcomber by Carolyn Manning. And Carolyn Manning, of course, is a full coverage design, so she's a BAP as well. I just loved all these blues. I first saw this when I was watching Jan Hicks Creates years ago. She had started this. It was probably the first thing that ever influenced me through Flosstube. I immediately hit pause, ran to 1, 2, 3 Stitch, found it, bought it, had it shipped. Thank you, Jan. I do still love this. I don't know how many people have worked on the Carolyn Mannings. What I am finding the easiest way to work on these is just to use short strands of floss, because each one of these are like little triangles, and each triangle has between 10 or 20 stitches in it if it's a bigger triangle. So I usually just work on with a small thread. I tried doing parking on this, and it's just not really worth parking because the next color isn't really close enough to do. So if anybody else has any good suggestions on how to do a Carolyn Manning, tell me below. So anyhow, this is where we are on Beachcomber. We did 180 stitches. Or I did. There was nobody else helping me. So I completed another line and I added this square right here. See, like this whole diamond here, that's gonna be 20 stitches, but these little triangles are only 10 a piece. So you got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 right there. So I usually just use a small piece of floss. And the next thing we worked on was, Liberty's Welcome. Liberty's Welcome is a Plum Street project. There it is. It's by Plum Street Samplers, and it is called Liberty's Welcome. This is going to be a finish this year. I am getting closer. I worked on the house. So you probably won't see a whole lot of progress in it because it was just more painting of the house. I did start on the brick down at the bottom a little bit, so you will notice that. But here she is in all her full glory. And I'll show you a piece I worked on. Was just down here in this area. I added all this tan and the brick. So I'll keep working down to the brick, finish the bottom of the brick, and move to the doorway and the rest of the house on the other side. That is done on a 14 count ivory as well. I do like my ivory. Those are in called for flosses, which are fancy floss. Okay, so what we got next? Next we have another new start, and again along the same lines as the other one. I did start this as a new start because it is a small and it shouldn't take that long to do. And it is Silver Creek Samplers Follow Your Heart. And it says follow your heart, but take your stitching with you. And it was so cute, had to get that. And this is what I have done on it. Follow your heart, got 200 stitches. So I've started the big old H right there in heart. And that is done in regular DMC flosses. And then last but not least, I am doing the Autumn by Cricut Collection. I'm doing this with my friend Jenny. Jenny runs a Facebook group called Late Night Stitchers. She also does a Zoom, and her Zoom room is open 24 hours a day. So you can go in there at any time, and usually there's somebody in there, but I can't guarantee always, but wait around, usually somebody will show up. And so Late Night Stitchers is a great place to go and find lots of good friends to stitch with as well. And this is what I did on Autumn. I am on the U in Autumn, and I did like, I think from like this divot down. There's some apples and things that go inside. That's why that divot is there. And Autumn got 250 stitches. This is done on a 14 count vintage country mocha, which is one of my favorites and probably one of yours too. So that is it for the whips of the week. And since I have hit 1,000 subscribers, we're gonna do a giveaway. You knew that was coming, right? All right. So I have two things to give away this week. And if you would like to be entered for this gold collection, what is this called? Coastal View by Dimensions. Put down the keyword view, V-I-E-W. I hope you can see that without too much glare. Okay. And the second one we're doing is this cute little kitty cat. It's an artiste kit. These are both full kits, by the way. If I did not say, that is a full kit. It comes with your fabric, your floss, everything. And this one is a Zweigart-based project. So here we go. It's artiste, and it's little kitty. Look how cute she is with her little crown. I love all the little hearts. I love anything with a heart. If you would like to enter to win this kitty cat, put the code word CAT, C-A-T. Okay, and that's what we have for that. Let's see, I told you about the Facebook groups. We talked about UFOing roses. That one is totally gone. It will not come back. Dreaming of series and crafts and books. Let's see. Oh, I did forget to tell you. Kringles. Kringles I am doing because of Dena. Her name is Half Stitch Cross Stitch. She's here on Flosstube. Not necessarily doing it because of her, but kind of doing it with her. I did start mine about a year ago or so, and she's been working on hers pretty much a lot lately. And so she's a lot further along than I am. So if you'd like to see Kringles a little more done, go see Dena at Half Stitch Cross Stitch. I will put her also in the description below. And I guess that really talks about everything that I needed to say. I do also want to state, get a mammogram. If you have not had one this year, please go get your mammograms. They are very important. I know I say this every single week, and I will continue to. I would also like to say self-exams are also important, not just your mammogram. Once a month or every time you're in the shower. That's how often I do them. Do a self-exam, you know. If you don't know how to do a self-exam, there's many examples on the internet to find. It explains exactly how to do a self-exam. If you are going through breast cancer, if you have breast cancer, or you know somebody who has breast cancer and you just want people to talk to, or you want to know more about it, there are many Facebook groups that you can go to that are very informative, and I'm a member of a few of the breast cancer Facebook groups, and they are wonderful. They're wonderful if you're a survivor. It's great if you're somebody who's going through it and you're new and you're scared and you don't know what's going on. People are there to talk to you. So if you even know of somebody who's going through breast cancer, you might suggest to them to try a Facebook group. They are very, very helpful. So that will conclude our video for today. And I thank you for joining me again today, and I hope you continue. Hit the like, subscribe, comment below, do all the things. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.